starting from me.
Good morning everyone. I am the project officer of Assam from Assam.
Good morning. I am Abhijit Nath. I am Nodal Officer of Vodafone Idea.
Good morning. I am Mr. Babu India, Assistant Executive Engineer, P2P.
Hello everyone, this is Deborah Sangma from IIG Assam.
Good morning to everyone. Myself, Hardik Naik from IIG Assam.
Good morning, sir. I am also Inspector to Commissioner and UIC.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Namangamata, SO2, DGCD Assam. DGCD Assam.
Good morning. I am Dr. Sharma, Joint Director Public Health Office of the Secretary of Health Service.
I am Dr. Divanikya, Joint Director of Health Service, HEB, from Director of Health Services.
Good morning, sir. I am Corridor Mahishan. I am the representative from the Indian Air Force. I am from the transport team.
Good morning, sir. I am Major Hemnathan, sir. I am the officer in charge for the flood control, sir, for the Red Horns Division, sir. Headquarters 21 Mountain.
Good morning, sir. Mr. One, Secretary. Good morning, sir. I'm myself, Dr. Nilambari from Health Department.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Judisha from Health Department.
Good morning, sir. I'm Diaz Sultan from Department of Telecommunications.
Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Surojit Borwa. I am the Senior Consultant for NDMA projects and that framework implementation in Assam. Thank you.
Jain, sir. I'm Sub-Inspector from Hospital Ganges and I'm Team Commander in TPL, Jain Bazaar. I am deployed in ground.
Sir, Jain, sir. Myself, Santosh Kushwa, sir. I am from CISF, Johari Officer. Sir, Jain. Jain, sir. Sir, myself, Ikabar from Assam High Service.
Good morning to all of you. My name is Manjit Mehta. I am Project Officer at Assam Case B. Good morning, sir. My name is Ranjit Gogoi. I am Project Officer at Assam representing TW Road.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abhijit Naik. I am working as a system expert.
Good morning, sir. My name is Navapur Verma, working as Technical Consultant, ASD.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Nityamani Mara, project officer, disaster management for PWD Relief Engage.
Good morning, everyone. I am Lieutenant Colonel Bideshwar. I am representing Headquarters Fort Port. I am doing presently the appointment of OC Fort Tech.
So we have representation from nearly all the departments which are meant to be here in this exercise. So, Dr. Kripal, we can take it forward.
Thank you, sir. So, as suggested, we will proceed with the presentation by various stakeholders on their plan, specifically with reference to flood preparedness. So, we'll start with our first presentation, which is on the ERSS Common Alert Protocol project, which has been implemented in collaboration with NDMA. It's NDMA funded project, and I'd like to request my colleague, Engineer Abhikar Raswa, to take us through the presentation. I hope the screen is visible to all the other participants who are joining online. Can someone confirm, please? Is the screen visible? Can someone confirm, please? From the districts?
Yes, visible.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Basically, sir, NDMA has given us two projects, basically the ERSS and the CAP. And we would like to share our experiences on both these projects, as these projects are basically related to early warning dissemination as well as response. Initially, starting with the CAP, the Common Alert Protocol. So basically, this project has been strengthening the SDN and the SCOC, the State Emergency Operations Center as a whole, for disseminating all sorts of the alerts that we are receiving from the alert generating agencies to the geotargeted population in the state through different multiple medias, through different multiple channels. So basically, as per the SOP that was being issued by the NDMA, the state SDNA has been designated as an alert authorizing agency. We are receiving the alerts from time to time from the different alert generating agencies. As an alert authorization agency, we are authorizing the alerts and we are disseminating it to the geotargeted populations from time to time to place as of now. For instance, the SMS media as well as the portals and the mobile app of CAP searching. Here basically in the CAP, the possible use case scenarios that was being provided to us basically includes the pre-disaster phase, during disaster and the post-disaster phase. Although it has also other features which are relevant to other areas like coastal areas, but in our state, in case of our state, we find these particular scenarios of relevance to us. Recently, the CAP subset has also launched the portal as well as the mobile app, and that we are also disseminating for the awareness of the public. These are basically the deliverables to the state as part of the CAP project. A dashboard for the state control room for dissemination and monitoring of the different alerts. Training of the nominated officers of the State Disaster Management Authority, and the subject portal for dissemination of the geotargeted disaster alerts received from the different agencies. This is here basically the a short glimpse of the status that we have implemented the CAP. We started the CAP since 29th of May 2022, and as on that is up till 19th of April, we have disseminated almost approximately 16 CR messages. Apart from this, we are also trying on our part to refine the contents that we are receiving in CAP platform from the IMD, the CWC, or the Forest Survey of India (FSI) to the level so that at least some sort of impact-based forecasting can be disseminated to the public for a better response and a better preparedness. For that, we are in dialogue with the IMD officials, local IMD officials in Guwahati, as well as the CWC officials in Guwahati for that. This is here basically the snapshot of the messages that we have disseminated last year, sir, and as well as the latest basically we are required to go for hiring of manpower, sir, total of 7 manpower, and we are in the process of hiring these manpower. And here is the project implementation status. This is the installation of the different hardware set SEOC, sir. The testing has been done by the CDAC team with the PSAP, with the police control room. The funds allotted for the different agencies, for the manpower hiring has been received, and the same will be utilized after hiring is completed. The training of the manpower will also be conducted soon after the hiring process is completed. Today, since the hiring process we have to go for re-advertisement of the different posts, we'll be completing the last date of submission of the applications were fixed on as on date, that is today's 25th. So these are a few snapshots of our SEOC of the containing the ERSS equipment and SEOC stuff, existing SEOC stuff. Thank you, sir.
What is the status of DUC in different districts? Sir, are they connected?
No, sir. Under this project, they are basically augmenting the state SEOC, sir. Yes, sir. Along with the integration with the police control room, the PSAP point, that is the public safety answering point with the police control room. That is the handshaking between two points.
I'll just request one thing. Since this project ERSS is going to be completed by 28th May, so I'd request by that time you would please hire the personnel so that CDAC team can come here and provide the requisite training to them. So please do it because the project is going to be completed. Although it was as per earlier schedule, it was to be completed by 28th February. But we have given this extension for 3 months to this project. So it is going to be completed on 28th May. So please and get them trained by and secondly, on this CAP project, just like to inform you one thing, that till now we are just focusing on dissemination of SMS, means dissemination of alerts through SMS. But now we are also in the process of introducing cell broadcast, and that is likely to be completed by 1st of November. So this is two information on these two projects. Thank you.
This cell broadcasting will be pan-India?
Pan-India.
Points below it. Any observations?
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to start.
The CAP consultant whosoever give any problems you are facing in implementation of CAP?
So the only solution from us is that if the vernacular medium can also be introduced, and so that we can go for dissemination of the alerts in a vernacular medium, sir.
It is already there.
I think 19 languages are already supported. Thus, your state languages are not part of that package.
Sir, if it is automated, then it is a bit convenient for us, because at certain times we can also present.
The AGAs issue alerts in English.
Once they start with the implementation.
On scale of 10, how much will you rate the utility of CAP and DRS?
So for CAP, we can rate 10 out of 10, sir.
Thank you so very much. And ERSS?
Sir, for ERSS, we do anticipate 10 out of 10, but sir, please give us a chance to just go for his go live, sir.
Yeah, please do that. Thank you very much.
Just for my understanding, what is the latency of this cell broadcasting? From
Cell broadcast in real time.
Real time. Because in some of the sessions I thought that still the latency is being a problem. I think 5 to 10 minutes or something. That was
that problem we are facing is in not a problem, but a small little incident we are facing in delivery of SMSs. Because suddenly when you release SMSs in bulk, you probably saw the figure of I think 16 crore plus is what has already been disseminated. So when these SMSs go out in bulk, there is a latency. 5 to 10 minutes latency is still very encouraging. We have seen latency which goes beyond 6 hours also in certain cases. To address that, we are coming out with the cell broadcast, because in cell broadcast, the delivery is immediate, real time.
the second point regarding cell broadcasting was how will that reach to the vulnerable section like women, children, differently abled and senior citizens, because normally phones are being used by the men of the household who might not be around when the disasters strike. So I think these are points I'm sure experts would be.
No, we are addressing that. We are coming out with the delivery of alerts through radio, through TV, through your satellite receivers. So there are multiple 5-6 medias which we are addressing.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, we'll proceed with the next presentation since.
What about your IDRN?
IDRN next.
Yeah. For IDRN, there are a lot of lacunas still there. People are not updated it. So maybe let's see what is your status is.
Actually, sir,
Regarding flat property. Okay, sir. So we can start with you, then we go to IDRN. Fair enough. You can do that. You can do that. No problems. Will there be somebody here from the DRF? Yes, will be there. No, will be. Yeah. After the meeting, will come. Yeah, we'll come after the meeting.
Same applies for me also.
Okay, thank you.
But I request you to preside over.
Yeah, yeah.
Nepal is there.
Will.
Where is our SPC? If he can join in the interim, आप उनको call कर लें. I just step out of the no, you guys will join me.
Just I will give you a brief description of Assam state. You might be knowing about the geographical and topographical and demographical data of Assam. It consists of 31 districts. hills, plateaux, rivers, and floodplains. It is vulnerable to floods, earthquake, forest fires, landslides, and cyclones. This whole new Himalayan range is under seismic zone 5, and disasters are routine, I would say, happenings in this area, and which brings a lot of colossal losses and damage to man and material. If I contain myself to previous one. If I contain myself to flood disaster, it has got, Assam state has got many perennial and few monsoon rivers. This is the vulnerability profile. Almost all state receives heavy rainfall, and especially Barak Valley and Brahmaputra Valley are vulnerable to flood disaster. Before disaster, it is a common practice that 4 of our teams are deployed for any kind of eventuality in 4 districts, which cover the adjoining districts also, which are most vulnerable of Assam. One team is at Barpeta, other at Bogaigaon, one is at Jorhat, and one is at Kachar. One more team is permanently positioned at Uzan Bazar, near just in front of Fancy Bazar. It is on a dilapidated vessel. Main rivers are Manas, Beki, Puthi, and the rivers coming from Arunachal, Dhansri, Siam. They also cause this flood inundation in Lower Assam. Next. The disposition, we have 18 teams in NDRF, and their disposition during disasters is, these are permanently positioned teams. RRC is a regional response center. We have, since we are also covering the states of Tripura, Mizoram and Meghalaya, so we have teams at Aizawl, 2 teams at Tripura, and 1 tactically positioned location at this Uzan Bazar. And thereafter 5 teams we deploy during monsoon, 4 in Assam and 1 in Tripura. And for it is a common practice of keeping 2 teams on wheels with all equipment, ration and every logistics for any kind of disaster. And 7 teams even during disasters we keep as reserve. But last year, just to remind you, during Assam floods, we had to constitute 22 teams out of 18 teams by redistributing manpower and resources, other equipments. Next. These are our resources. IRBs we have, OBMs we have some, though we have 18 teams and each team is authorized 4 IRBs, we have sent 2 IRBs more we are supposed to get from NDRF and 90 OBMs. One mobile most is also with us. Mobile most is maintenance of operational stores and tools. Last year many of our boats they got OBMs also, they got damaged during operation in Silchar and other places. So we initiated with this concept of mobile mode, wherein we keep our vehicle moving all around the deployed area, and our technicians, engineers, they repair, carry out necessary repair just to make it functional on site. Other resources also are in sufficient numbers. Very recently, we have received one state-of-the-art communication facility of Scorpio with satellite phone and QDA. We have all teams have medical first responder kit that before deployment, in the month of February, March, all the resources are checked and the deficiencies are made up. And every team carries, apart from this flood disaster equipments, they carry other disaster equipments also, like ropes, pulleys, they carry cutters, because from that location they have to confront other disasters also, because during rains, though not cyclone but strong winds we face in this area, and clearing of road, we need wooden chainsaw and a rotatory chainsaw for any building collapse. We have well-established control room which functions round the clock. We have communication, coordination with all state emergency operation centers and district emergency operation centers. And for any kind of sudden disasters, mobilization drills and rehearsals, mock exercises are common day-to-day affair in NDRF. Next. So we had received around 150 odd new inductees in NDRF. So before monsoon deployment, it was a big Herculean task for us to train them in, especially in medical first responder course and aquatic disaster response course. So we ran 3 parallel batches, and now by the end of this month, we'll be having additional 150 manpower for deployment during this monsoon. And those who are already trained. No, sir. It was added. And refrigerator courses, again, when we are either we are in operations or we are in training. So ropes, rescuers, those who are at locations, they are regular undergo boat handling, aquatic training, deep diving, and if you move around Palasbadi or Lakshit Ghat, you will find our rescuers in this orange dress regularly doing boat handling practices and swimming, deep diving practices. Importantly, night exercises, every week we conduct night exercise on Friday, and it culminates on Saturday morning with debriefing and lesson learned. So our teams are well prepared for any. I must assure Assam and other states also that we are ready to take on any kind of disaster. As I said earlier, sir, logistics is very important. Equipments are our hands and eyes and ears and hands. So before deployment, we carry out regular checkup of all our equipments. So what are those which are not functional, they are repaired or their parts are procured and fitted. Whatever is deficient, demands are placed or we procure them. It is being done from January to March before deployment. And as I said earlier, mobile most is ready with all kinds of spares. Round the year, on the directions of NDMA and further of DG headquarters, we carry out familiarization exercise so that all our rescuers, they are familiar with the area, but especially the vulnerable area. During exercises, they update their district information folders which contain every bit of information which may be required during any kind of disaster. And during FIMEX, they carry out community awareness and capacity building programs. They also carry out school safety programs wherein small school children, they are trained how to tackle small disasters like during earthquake, do's and don'ts, giving CPR, MFR techniques. and improvised swimming aids. Apart from that, this year we had conducted animal disaster management training to many stakeholders. We trained people from Kaziranga and Manas National Park. Next. And this year Assam had taken a lead before this exercise, tabletop exercise and further mock exercise. They conducted 3 days mock exercise on flood disaster, in which we were also associated and we gave them full support. These are few pictures of last year's flood. As I told you, last year we had to carve 22 teams. The second wave was more devastating because whole of Assam was submerged in water. Everywhere it was water and nothing else. I would request here, please go back. To please provide us some logistics, especially once our team are deployed or pre-positioned before monsoon. So we would be requiring, though we have a sufficient number of vehicles, but during operations in this narrow lanes we have to shift our teams. So we would be requiring pickup vehicles. And in last year and before also, we had to literally plead to provide local guides to the disaster site. So I would request that local guides should be provided as and when there is any information of disaster at any site. And for OBM and vehicles, after deployment, sufficient fuel should be provided. And in many of the cases, it has been noticed that during operations, local people, they come and create a kind of law and order problem because somebody has lost his near and dear. So that time police rep is required. Next. I would request ASDMA and a special request to NDMA that the mock exercises, especially which are related to floods and which are scheduled to be conducted later in this year, I would request that they should be conducted during the monsoon deployment, that is from May last to October till Durga Puja Murti Visarjan, so that everyone is benefited, the community, stakeholders, and people will get actual scenario for during this mock exercises. And similarly, SSP and FEMAC should also be conducted during deployment. It is a win-win situation for both state as well as NDRF. Since we are there for 4-5 months and we know all the authorities in the district, excuse me, sir. It would be beneficial in the sense that during our deployment we will be carrying all kind of resources which will be required during mock exercise. And further, in last couple of years we have trained Aapda Mitra, Nehru Yuva Kendra volunteers and other volunteers. They should also be made to participate in the mock exercises so that their learning can also be refreshed. So this is a big issue which we are facing from last 10 years, though it's a tactically positioned location. We have chart, and then tourists, they also keep on coming on this riverfront. And we had saved many lives. Many people have been saved from drowning, but still the team is stationed in a vessel which is, I can't tell you the actual state of or the facilities in that vessel. It is just a vessel, and if a person has to stay in waters throughout the year, it is very difficult. And there are other administrative and safety issues also. Like sir, 3 days back, the vessel during strong winds, during turbulence, the jetty was broken and it was shivering. So we had already requested, and now again we have approached Chief Secretary and District Collector also to provide us a location where we can station our manpower. During operation they can be on in river, but when there is no work they can be stationed there. This was all, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for a good presentation. You are noting points on behalf of...
Yes, sir.
Now they come out very pertinent issues, and these are all very practical issues. I would request you to please address all of them, because see, in case basically they are there to help the state only, right? And they are the force multipliers. So you have to give the wherewithal. They've already said that pickup vehicles should not be an issue. Guides is not an issue at all. See with who can speak the local language and help them out and guide them where to go. Fuel for vehicles, fuel for OBMs, that is a very normal point. Law and order problems, because the police has to be there. Then you must conduct exercise for monsoon season. That is very, very important. And what about stationing these people in that vessel? Why can't you give us some sort of an accommodation there? This is a very correct point. See, if the boys have to rough it out, they are in uniform, they don't mind, but it cannot happen the whole of the year like that. So please give them some weight with them, right? I request you please send a letter to them with a copy to us. Right? Please send a copy to us, and I would request you to follow up these points in the next 15-20 days. And please give us a feedback as to what has happened on the points which were raised by the ADRF. Please do this, and please send us a copy of this definite stuff, right? I just had one query of yours this thing. You mentioned your IRBs got damaged in the last monsoon. So they've been repaired now. Adequate IRBs are there.
So they were repaired on site only.
So they're adequate there.
It was urban repair.
Okay. And what about the QDA now which you have? Is it compatible with the communication equipment they're holding? Have you done some exercise?
Yes, sir.
It is compatible with
Yes,
that?
sir.
Thank you very much. Right.
In this exercise also that particular...
So that compatibility has been checked, everything on board. That's a very good thing. Because that is what should not happen, that you got an equipment, the resource is available, cannot be utilized because people are not aware of that. So that's a
We are utilizing it in all the markets.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Sir, this QDA is specifically for Asia communication or it's like for satellite communication?
It is apart from HF, we have QDA.
The quick deployment antenna actually.
It is satellite communication.
Satellite communication. Wherever there is no network at all, we will communicate with the satellite. Data may have satellite.
HF is now very obsolete, communication facility. Especially it is used in very remote areas, and compared to this QDA, it is cheap also, HF.
The QDA satellite phone doesn't require separate antenna.
Actually, through this system, it can be very easily deployed at any place.
We can transfer data also.
We can go for video calls from the data of the transport media from any remote place.
Well, it is better than if you will be participating in the mob exercise, you will see that.
Actually, there are two types of QDAs we have. One is the stationary and one is the mobile. So in this exercise, we will be using the mobile. The stationary we are used to.
They are at different locations.
That will be interface with any regional players.
Yes, they are.
That's what data can be transferred. And there are 28 outstations, if I'm not wrong. 28?
Yes.
28 outstations. So you can imagine that. 28 outstations can be come with one equipment. So that's the potency of this equipment. Very, very good.
You will come to us or tomorrow?
In the exercise, day after they will be requiring that. So please, can you give a demo to everybody?
Yes.
So that they all know as well. Thank you very much. Right, next we move ahead.
So, sir, we will start.
Sir, if you permit.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that.
So, sir, next we'll go with our next presentation, which is on the ITRM from our system expert, followed by presentation. It's a request from DDMA Assam, because DC sir is also also there actually.
Right.
So after this idea presentation, we will go to DDMA concern.
Fair one. No problems. Okay.
So, good morning everyone. As you all know that ITRN is the main resource inventory for the search and rescue equipments for the disaster management purposes. So, in Assam, sir, we have issued all the username and password to all the DDMS, sir, and they are regularly updating, sir, information. And last year also they have uploaded, sir, the equipments available with the state DDMS, sir. We have received a letter from the NDMA and also from the MHA, sir, requesting ASGMA to update the data of the PSU, like All India, ONGC, the institute, the organization who have they have their search and rescue equipment for their own purposes. So that needs to be uploaded in the ITI portal. So we have issued the letters. They are also preparing for updating the data. So I have downloaded the results the 2016 to 2023 sir. District-wise report is available, sir. So the Bazari district is zero, sir, because the district the reports has been updated by the Bopeda district, sir. Because a newly district created, sir. So we don't have, sir, district project officer here. So DPO from the Bopeda, he is updating us, sir. So Baksa 130 Bopeda.
Fine, that's okay. That's not.
So the basically, sir, these are the number of the equipments, not the quantity, sir. Number of rows, sir. There are different one, like Baksas are 130 different types of equipments they have uploaded, sir. Maybe it's a 1,000 or 2,000 sir quantity, but the quantity, the name of the item, sir, item wise, 130 items they have uploaded, sir. So like so all the districts are uploaded, sir. So for all the districts, sir, we can also download from here, sir. Select the states, sir. Select all the districts, sir. Select all the equipments for the immediate, sir. And all equipments available defined by the IDRN, sir. Defined by the IDRN, sir, from date to date and the department, all government PSU. These are under process, sir. We are collecting the information, sir, and we can find the results, sir.
But my data which I have accessed say that out of 34 districts, only 9 have uploaded. Only 9. From the 1st of January to 24th of April. From the government side, only 10. That is your Chirang, Hojai, Jorat, Karbi Anglong, Kukrajhar, Lakhimpur, Marigaon, Nagaon, Nalbari and Shivsagar. Only they have uploaded. Why others are not uploaded? As far as private is concerned, only one, that is Nalbari. And PSUs only 2 of them, Lakhimpur and Nalbari. So what you are saying is not correct. I just accepted yesterday only, and the data says 1st January 24th of April. And this is what is the data saying. So apparently the mismatch. Anyway, I will request you, please have this updated. Please try and understand. It's a very, very important portal.
Yes.
See, tomorrow, whenever there is a disaster which takes place and you want to know your resources, there is the right place on a click of button, you know exactly where the resources are available. How much is balance and you use them. So please ensure they are updated. Right, thank you.
Yes, that is, sir. But two things, sir. One is IDM portal, sir. So we have also requested, sir, NIDM, sir. The item which you wanted to upload, sir, that item should be request from Zaman to the NIDM, sir. Without, sir, they are approved, sir, we cannot upload the item, sir. So my request is that, sir, the state can create the item name, sir, and we can upload the data, sir. Not dependent on the NIDM, sir.
So what's the control has to be there, no?
But the equipments are available with us, sir. Maybe, sir, not in the national level, sir.
Okay, fine. So what you can do is just send us a note.
We have also requested.
Send it to us also, and we'll see what are the problems there. We'll sort it out.
And one more thing, sir. As per your request, sir, you have request Azama to upload the PSU, whatever state, sir, All India, ONGC, sir, BCPL, sir. So one separate letter from your side to the sir, that organization that you coordinate with the DDMS, sir, to share the data, because our district has requested them, but they are not.
Fair one. Whatever problem you're facing, just send us in writing. We will ensure that the action takes place. Yeah, next one. We are running out of time. Let's move fast. Secretary.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Abhijit, our system expert from ASDMA for his presentation on IDRM. Now we'll move to our presentation from the district from DDMA Katsar on flood preparedness. So this will be, I hope Kachar is there. Over to you, Kachar. DC sir is there with us.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, please go ahead.
We would like to present in the limited time we have, we would like to present a district profile of the district, our preparedness for the upcoming disasters, and the preparedness has been made in line with the Honorable Prime Minister's 10-point agenda. Last year we witnessed a huge flood which took 48 lives and affected more than 14 lakh people in our district. So this year we are geared up, and I request my DPO to kindly start with the presentation.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. This year, sir, actually, we have updated our disaster management plan. What we did every year, we updated our district disaster management plan, and this year also we have updated in special reference to the flood preparedness of the district, because in 2022, sir, we have faced a severe condition of flood, and like 48 lakhs we have lost in our Kachar districts, and more than 14 lakhs people were affected. Next, we all know that as a provision of DMA is also prepared. Accordingly, we are also preparing this plan for instance of the DMA. And plan that we have prepared, some of the important points we have covered for starting from the district profile, that we have 15 blocks for 5 revenue circles. We have also considered the emergency analysis of our district. And especially, we have mentioned regarding the flood response in our Kachar district, regarding the identification of relief camp, highland area, and what is the highland area, and also the highland area for the cattle camp also. And regarding the other hazards, also in the other hazards, for example, earthquake, fire, landslide.
We sorry for interruption. We stick to floods only now. You have possible.
Also about recovery and reconstruction. And secondly, sir, we also mentioned the COVID-19 mitigation, because last year also we have tried to follow the COVID-19 protocols in relief camp. This year also we have trained our relief camp in charge regarding the COVID-19 protocol as issued by the Assam regarding the relief camp management. Financial arrangement, so we also.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you. Please stick to the floods only.
Please, secondly, sir, protocol.
You don't have time, no? Sorry.
There is a request from.
Yeah, request that please stick to the flood situation. What is your preparation for that? This is all okay because we don't have time. Only as to how are you prepared to manage the floods, what actions are you going to take, and any problem that you visualize. That is the only thing we require. Okay, please go ahead. Just what is the preparation level?
Yes, sir. Yes, I got it, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Actually, sir, as far as flood is concerned, sir, we have individual department-wise also we have taken preparedness review meeting. For example, our PK department, health department, and we have already conducted the departmental review meeting in the month of March also. And all departments also prepared their respective departmental flood contingency plan. District also prepared the flood contingency plan. We have identified our relief camp. We have also conducted training program for the relief camp research. All the identified relief camp. We also conducted flood mock drill in our vulnerable revenue sector also in the month of March. We also conducted review meeting with the NSS, Indian of Assam University, colleges also, NYK also. So we have informed all the volunteers also regarding the mobilization during the flood situation, sir. And secondly, sir, we have, sir, dam in Mizoram, which is near to our Kachar district. We are also coordinating with the Kurial Hydroelectric project, daily data sharing with the hydroelectric project for any emergency. Coordination meeting with our IAG, because sometimes the NGOs during pre and during flood is also important. In 2022 also we have mobilized more or less 100 NGOs for response activities and also the distribution of relief camp management and GR material distribution, sir. And secondly, sir, we have 450 Agha people trained as per under the ADC NDMA and Assam also. In last year we have completed 450 volunteers
in Kachar district. We also trained some volunteers from NYK also, NCC also, NSS also. And secondly, sir, we also introduced one community facility resource center in 3 vulnerable GPs of Kachar district, which are mostly affected in 2022 flood, regarding the community involvement in disaster risk reduction also. And next is, sir, in 2022, what we did, we also prepared one documentation, Kachar flood management 2022 by it, what we have done in a good way and what has goes wrongly. And based on the analysis also, we have also discussed each department regarding this year preparedness also, sir. This is the just based on the last year's document we have prepared. Thank you very much, sir, from Kachar district.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, next one.
Yes, sir. Anything from your side?
Yes, sir. We are prepared. We have done all these activities.
So, sir, we'll proceed with our next presentation, which is on the State Disaster Management Plan. So, I'd like to request my colleague, Mr. Professor. Thank you.
Very good morning to you. This is our state disaster management plan. We have uploaded it in the website. As from the website, you can find it. There are 2 parts of that, volume 1 and volume 2. We'll go through a quick overview of what the plan is. Our plan is based on the Disaster Management Act 2005. These are the main pillars. Basically, we have followed the National Policy on Disaster Management, NDMP, NPDM 2009. National Disaster Management Plan. We followed all the parameters of the national plan. Our plan is based on those parameters. The vision is make Assam a resilient state.
I request you more floods, not just.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah.
I've gone through your plan.
Have you seen this perspective plan with a time horizon of 5 to 10 years and strategic action plan? Actually, volume 2 is more focused on the vulnerability metrics and action taken on that. So this is the volume 1 is mainly the perspective plan, and volume 2 is basically the strategic action plan. On that, we have gone through the hazard-wise this preparedness and response and responsibility framework is mainly for risk reduction is there in the plan. This is for objective is mainly build back better and disaster preparedness for effective response is there. Chapter 3, I'm focusing on that because this is basically the main crux of the plan is on which we have defined 13 hazards, and all the hazards have been delineated with understanding disaster risk, interagency coordination, investment in DRS, structural and non-structural capacity development, and climate change risk. Climate change risk management is one of the pertinent factors in that plan. I'm not going to that. These are the action and responsibility metrics in that plan. So mainly flood is there, and flood followed in since we are erosion affected state, so we are having flood with erosion and urban flooding also. These are the terms of that partnership at all levels, that level 1, level 2 and level 3. This has been defined in that. We are having that incident response team notified at district and this state level also with common staff and general staff. We haven't gone through the main plan because it is a huge document of 174 pages. I can link it and show it, but I've just given an overview of that plan because the time is only 5 minutes. I thought about this. So our responsibility matrix is the main crux of the plan that is in volume 2. So anybody can refer to our website, and volume 2 you can download. Hazard wise, flood is the first hazard we are in that plan, and one can see that. But under the 4 headings. Understanding the disaster risk. Thank you.
I just want to know from you that you have notified IRS, of course.
Yes.
But it being dynamic, people are changing. Hope you're updating it on a regular basis. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
I just want to share it. It's, we are doing the IRS training in between the flood, mock drill and all. Recently, this month only at the first first of this month, I have done the IRS training because I am an IRS trainer. So I have done the IRS training in Majuli, and we took the earthquake scenario. Followed that, we have done the flood exercise, also mock exercise. That is also IRS based. All our IRS flood exercises, mock exercises are on IRS based. Though it is a very, changing scenario because all the officers have been changed, but it is by designation. You can see the list of that thing are there, the state and the this district notification. We check and update it.
Sir, in all the mock drill exercises and all our
Based on
emergency management exercises, we make it a point that we, during the training program also, we do, ensure that we have one class or one session on the IRS, so that they have at least basic kind of understanding on the principles of IRS for the district level team, as well as recently we have done 11 revenue circle level emergency management exercises that I must have told you, sir. So during that exercises also, in revenue circle level also, we
followed IRS.
So we followed the IRS principle. We did not have the revenue circle level IIT notified as yet, but based on our experiences, next year also we are going to have that in all our 154 revenue circles actually.
We set that incident command post with staging area, everything settled there. So our system goes like that. We do the response according to the time.
Thank you very much. It's very encouraging to note this, because invariably what happens, once it is notified, then we forget about it. And people keep changing it. So it's a very good thing, it's very encouraging. I must compliment you all. That's a very good thing. Please keep on this.
All our mock cases are
only one request, sir, since you also look after the IRS things, sir. One request from our side actually are, if you can, have some more, very strategic IRS sessions, at least, because it requires at least 2 to 3 days to understand the entire system, how it works actually. So if we can plan it program with all our district level officials and our field officials, it would be.
You want us to organize that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so whatever the dates are available to you, which is the time you want us to do, please do let us know. We'll see how it can fit into our program. No problem.
Sure.
We can help you. Definitely, our aim is this only. In case there is a proactive state, we would also like to help you. Please do let us know what are the dates available.
So how much time you need for that training? Is it a 1 day or 2 day training?
Minimum 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days, because 1 day will be just your theory part, and the second day we would like to go and see as to how many camps, your staging areas, how was it done, ICT, how is the situational awareness done. So all those things will be done on the second day, practical. So it will be at least 2 days minimum.
2 days.
Yeah. Right, thank you. So let's proceed now.
Sir, I'll proceed with our next presentation on flood preparedness by DDMA Kamruk Metro, sir. And DDMA Kamruk Metro, are you here?
Yes,
Yeah. Please share your
sir,
screen.
basically,
Just sharing, sir. So if it is taking time, then maybe we can proceed with our next presentation by the time Kamruk Metro fix the issue. So we also two presentations from our respective departments. Agriculture department, which is one of the major stakeholders dealing that situation, and also PWD road as far as communication is concerned. So I'd like to request agriculture department to start with their presentation on the flood, and then we'll go to PWD.
Every year we are updating the disaster management plan for agriculture department. So since 2016 we are doing that. So 2023-24 plan has been already updated and approved by the Additional Chief Secretary of Assam. So this is the profile of our departmental disaster management plan as per the major activities during flood and post-flood is identification of flood-affected areas in districts, establishment of flood control room, deployment of officials and staff at flood control room, formation of flood monitoring team and district and supervision team at headquarters, sensitization of district officials for submission of flood reports. We have created one portal where district officials can directly submit the damage reports. Then we can forward that to Assam, which uploaded in the Streams website. Then reporting on damage caused for standing crops in the field, reporting on damage caused for salipati seedlings, distribution of seeds for raising community nursery in upland areas, distribution of short duration varieties for paddy for direction. So we are distributing short varieties paddy. These are stress-tolerant rice varieties. So during the flood, where flood is heavy, still we can directly sown in that area. Like Ranjit Sub 1, Bahadur Sub 1, these are the varieties. Then monitoring on pest and disease infestation and reductions of flood, distribution of plant protection chemicals for restoration of crop health, conversion with other schemes for restoration of crop production. So we are converging with RKBY scheme also. Last year we did that with a centrally sponsored scheme. To mitigate loss due to flood damages, taking a massive rabi cultivation under flood damage restoration scheme and in convergence with other schemes, creation of awareness for cultivation of summer paddy and other commercially important crops like maize, vegetables, etc. Awareness for every crop insurance under PMFY. So we are doing that also, covering the crop insurance. So mitigating measures which are undertaken. So we have two schemes: special rate for combating natural calamities and epidemic, and other one is the flood damage restoration. So for this year we have around 450 lakhs we have kept, and so that if flood happens, then it can cover an area of 967.39 hectares where seedlings will be provided. So it will benefit around 24,185 numbers of farmers. So this is the cost benefit analysis of the entire scheme. So the next scheme is flood damage restoration. So we have kept.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. We will have a quick overview of disaster management and plan, and mainly focusing on preparedness and response. So just a quick overview. The DMPN of the PWD roads is updated yearly from the year 2015. That is in focus with disaster management manual and submitted to Assam after approval by the DMCL, which has been approved by the governor, constituted by the governor of Assam. The plan consists of impact of disaster department, which is the main part of the plan. Profile of the department and objectives of the plan, principal functions, action rules, everything will be there.
So since we have 3 stages of disaster, it is pre, during and after. So preparedness, prevention and mitigation measures. So it will be measures are there under the plan. Response mechanism, set up of control room is there. Restoration and reconstructions, which is the main part of the engineering departments like PW roads. Capacity building, citizen engagement, and standard operating procedure combining all the 3 stages. So it also consists of the action plan, the disaster risk reduction roadmap, which is according with the Sendai framework SDGs. The preventive measures to contain spread of COVID-19. Sir, during the COVID-19 period, the PW roads have been doing their work. So, and there is a the measures. There is a plan to be there, sir. So we have put in the plan. Contact details of all the key officers, inventory of the department resources, manpower. Division sub-division officers, we have measures restructure of our department happened. So it happened, the divisions are in the name of the territorial road divisions. It's according to the LSC, not by the district. And we have the annual plan budget. So flood preparedness. So the major chunk of the work has been done by the division level, by the executive engineer who is the known person. So he for the flood preparedness, he will visit generally the flood affected areas that happened in the previous year, which is within his or her jurisdiction. And he will prepare a list of staff of different categories for duties under him. Prepare a list of vulnerable roads and bridges that are prone to damage. Prepare a list of alternate roads for every roads within his or her jurisdiction, which is very much necessary. Review meetings to be held every month at the divisions and at the subdivisions. Investigation team under each subdivisions will be set up within, by engineers. Training program for disaster, which we have done for disaster management, mitigation and road safety. Repair and restoration of previous year flood damage stretches will be carried out after approval and as per order by Deputy Commissioner of the concerned districts. Repair of existing damaged culverts and construction of new culverts will be carried out as per requirement and availability of fund. Carry out non-destructive evaluation of RCC structures such as CD works and then adopt suitable measures. Emergency preparedness measure, minimum stocks of manpower, materials and machineries in each subdivision will be kept ready. PWD has a strong, since the department is a contractor dependent department, all engineering departments are in Assam are like it. So we have a strong group of qualified contractors which are well equipped with enough manpower and construction machineries which we will use during the flood time. And maintaining inventory list of all key points that can be mobilized for response and recovery. All RCC structures like bridge culverts to be designed considering all the seismic parameters. And protection of RCC bridges will be done using all the permanent measures. So response mechanisms. So the main objective is to issue of alert for possible flood situation under the jurisdiction of the division with best possible lead time. Periodic report on the status of existing embankments, specific rainfall runoff of rivers, floodplain zone from the from Water Resources Department and Irrigation Department, joint participation among all stakeholders. District control room of each division will coordinate with all stakeholders. Next is the response in flood. So under emergency conditions, the executive engineer will keep constant and continuous contact with all the DCs, subdivision officers, revenue circle officers, alert his or her subordinate for response, alert all the quick response teams and incident response team, draft tentative program, and then reports. So on occurrence of flood, activate all the teams for disaster response. Executive engineer will immediately visit the flood affected areas. District control room and logistic team will assess requirement of the materials and deploy staff for response activities, such as recovery vehicles, water tanks, road roller, excavator, cum dozer, etc. QRT, quick reaction team will keep round the clock visit of the roads. Technical team will act for restoration of communication routes within the shortest time possible with all the state roads and district roads. In case of village roads, at least pedestrian traffic has to be restored. So technical team in consultation with local circle officers, OC of police stations will keep proper visit that no unauthorized cuts are made in PWD roads for draining out of flood water. Technical committee will submit report to the executive engineer who will support the constituent authorities. Technical team will place in the service available bailey bridges, vehicles for assessing DDMA for rescue operations and transshipment of marine people, livestock, etc. They will also be responsible for construction of temporary footbridges. So on occurrence of flood, quick response team will make necessary arrangement for engagement of laborers and machineries to clear debris on road surface in CD structures. They will take care of maintenance of road. Technical team will prepare plan and estimate for immediate restoration of damaged structures and execute for DNA, which is the local process. So the first information report in the occurrence of flood, control room will send first information report immediately. Report said invariably given account of severity of the disaster will be sent within 24 hours and will be briefly summarized. The report will have severity of the disaster, actions being taken locally, local coping capacities and forecast of the possible future developments. So these are the daily situation report will be done in the 24 hours. Time rapid damage assessment will be done. Tools, there will be tools for rapid damage assessment, photographs, field reports, TV press, visual inspection, and immediate repair rules. So post-disaster which is necessary parts. So takes place for repair, restoration of damaged roads, culvert, bridges, and other structures. Born in the books of PWD. Temporary restoration roads and bridges will be done according to the latest norms of HGRA. Report to the DC and all constituent authorities and concerned officers. Prepare detailed estimate for submission to higher producer. This is all the three stages that we covered because it's the engineering department, sir. So we are mainly sticking to the engineering part. Thanks.
Okay, just tell me one thing. With the concept of build back better, which you all are following in any case.
Yes, sir.
Now, so what actions are you taking that every year there is a damage of culvert, you said damage of roads. So are you taking some action so that it can be mitigated? What are you doing about it? Because every year it happens, every year the same process starts. So what build back better are we doing?
Sir, mainly we have the temporary restoration are under HGRA according to all the temporary restoration and repair works are done according to the guidelines that is set on in HGRA. So we have one another fund that is SOPD and flood damage road. So it's a permanent thing, sir. So all the permanent repair and restoration that has been done, they are not prone to flood, sir. They are rigid structures. But major chunk of the works are being done under HGRA, which is temporary restoration works. So every year the flood damage the roads are we cannot.
But can't we have a system wherein since we know the floods are going to come here every year, can't we have a system when the floods recede, then we build back better so the next year doesn't damage? So best practices in the world can be followed, why not?
Yes, sir. The department has that capacity, but unfortunately, sir, we don't have the fund. So
please raise this issue to the SDMA. Let's see what can we do about it.
So we are focusing on the latest, that is SDMH mitigation fund. So we have provided some mitigation measures. So
this time we are using that mitigation fund, and they are giving proposal to the mitigation fund. We are having that system in place so that mitigation can be done in the. Some of the restoration of HGRA has to go.
I do understand that. Thank you.
Sir, but the constraint of the fund is a major issue because we have around 50,000 kilometers of roads, so under and a huge number of roads. So for that limited amount of money, so we cannot do that.
I don't understand that, but our aim should be that.
Yes, sir. We are aiming that. We have that.
Thank you. Good communication.
Okay. Thanks.
Next one, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So now, sir, we'll go to our next presentation because Kamrup Metro, they have.
Good morning, sir. This is GPO Kamrup Metro, sir. I am going to present the disaster management plan in spatial and precision plan. So basically, it's a small presentation. We have one chapters actually, but in the introduction chapter, we have given the district profile. So district profile is 1528 square kilometers, and population is like 60,000. Then we have 5 revenue circles, and basically here the problem is normal flood as well as fresh flood in the city area as well as landslide during the monsoon season. These three are major problems in Kamrup Metro District. So we have the hazard analysis also for flood. Basically it is because it is flood, that is why we have shown the flood only. But otherwise we have for all disasters we have those analysis, hazard analysis, type of hazard, occurrence, affected villages and all for 2-3 years last. It is updated every year. Then vulnerability analysis will be there, and apart from that, capacity analysis where we have identified relief shelters, relief camps, which have been prepared beforehand. And then the DDMA meeting, this is the first DDMA meeting with all 9 departments has already been completed. Then in circle level CDMC meetings, in circle level disaster management committee meeting has also been completed, and task force has also been formed in the circle level. And this task force has been doing awareness generation in hilly areas, national vulnerable areas, as well as platform areas. Institutional, then we have the institutional arrangement, that is District Crisis Management Group. So here, this is the chairman, ADC, the branch officer, the district project officer. During emergency, IRS will be activated. Then it is goes down to circle officers. Circle officers activate the CDMC, then field officers, and lastly, Lot Model, Gaon Pradhan and Nagarik Committee. Then from the district project officer, it is DOC, DDMA, and from DOC, principal is submitted to SEOC. So this is the regular crisis management arrangement, sir. Disaster management cycle, in disaster management cycle also, in preparedness phase, the stakeholders, DDMA, field officers, line departments, CDMC and CLTF, circle level task force. Then in response also, circle officer, field officer, line departments like SDR, health, all those departments, then CDMC, clear. In case of mitigation measures, that is purely by DGMA, field officers, and major line departments who are directly related with the flood, like social welfare department, health, veterinary, agriculture, etc. And recovery phase, the CDMC, first CDMC will give the damage assessment report, and as per the recommendation as per the damage assessment report, we used to do the recovery thing. Then in district level control room, if you say the coordination structure is like that, Deputy Commissioner, Additional Deputy Commissioner, District Emergency Operation Center, or from District Emergency Operation Center to ADC and CEO and Deputy Commissioner and Chairman. Then from DOCG will be go to line departments, then circle officers and BDOs. Then the information, the relief camps are established, capital recovery, resources recovery, those information is percolated to those departments. Then this relief camp, Indian transit camps are formed. So this is the coordination of district level control room, sir. Then prevention and mitigation cases, as we have done, there is structure, non-structure, all are there. We have like representing the relief camps, medical camps by the health department, the identification of vulnerable stretches, of embankment, the water resource department, all do by application. Electrical safety is one of the major concerns during that. So the electrical poles and transformers, that has been verified by beforehand by the APDCL. So these are prevention and mitigation measures which are used to do. This year also we are doing. And then preparedness measures, control room has been established, daily plan report from this said in the prints. And it has been percolated to the CDMC also and other line department. Daily basis they will give the damage assessment report, and which will be shown in the prints and which will be sent to the state. Then storage of food stuff, communication system, awareness generation in the platform villages has been done. Then training on panchayat level, training on schools, all these things have been done. And hilly areas, awareness generation in the hilly areas where the vulnerable people are there. So these are the things. Embankments, we have water pumps, dewatering plants in most specific areas, in the city areas. So water resource mechanical division has deputed field officials 24/7, and maintenance has already been done. So if it is flood occurs, then immediately the pump will be operational 24/7. Then earth moving road cleaning equipment with the GMC is available, so they are in ready position. Joint Director Health Services has arranged medical relief camps, doctors have been deployed, all those things have been done. And for some landslide, EPO has, the vaccination has been going on. Agriculture has been done, all the factors which are required for preparedness. And for landslide areas, Soil Conservation Department has constituted teams, task forces in different hillocks, so that they can go and give awareness generation to those vulnerable people before as a preparedness measure. then in response, IRS has always used to be activated, and as per the IRS guideline, district operates all the operational things. So this is our response IRS system. These are the things. And we have a matrix also, response matrix on receipt of receipt of audio warning, what will the basic major concern, what will do by Deputy Commissioner, ADC, CO, DDM, what are the role of, then what are the role of Commissioner of Police, Superintendent of Police and Fire Advisor for SDRF and SDRF and NDRF, all those things. Senior station officer is there with the fire station. Who are there is also SDRF team is also there. They will go. They will be immediately mobilized for response. Then water resources mobilized sources to strengthen the embankment. Urban flood in Guwahati mobilized official men for pumping station, as I have already mentioned, sir. They will start pumping up the water. Constant vigil on water levels of Brahmaputra, Borodu, Moraborodu, Bahini, Bosishwar river. We have 5 rivers, sir. So we are constantly monitoring the water levels, and as and when required, the necessary steps are taken care of. Then, sir, the PWD for PWD road communication with Jibra, daily BJs and all other staff has been readily available, and it will be immediately restored if something happens. Then Commissioner Agency has taken a measure of in as Kamrup Metropolitan District is a city area mostly. So manpower, divisional. What we have done this year, we have constituted a committee with the district administration, GMC and other departments for smooth management of the flood as well as distribution of GR items to the flood affected people, so that it goes to exactly the right people at the right time, sir. So that provision has been made this year. Then Joint Director Health Services, sir. Information, mobilized medical teams, all those are, we are well coordinated with all the line departments, so everybody knows what they have to do as per the IRS module, and all the departments have been well trained in IRS modules, so there is no confusion for implementation of IRS, sir, in this district. Then situation, there's a period before the situation, Joint Director Health Services, they used to give us as a report. Then Deputy Commissioner will finally give the report to the state, sir. That is our response plan. There is circle level response plan also we have prepared. So in circle level, when the information received, when the Lot Mandal Gambura received the information from the village level, they already immediately informed circle officers. Circle officers immediately activated the CDS.
Can you quickly wind up, please, because of the time constraint?
Okay.
This presentation is very good, but if you can kindly go through it quickly.
Okay. Then recovery and reconstruction is there. So that is as per the guidelines. So let's not go to that. Then the chapter is implementation and coordination, the mechanism, the financial resources which are already available that has to be used. And that is, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, Deputy Commissioners are also there online. I can see, sir, in Nogao.
Thank you.
So, would you like to interact with them before we proceed to other?
Okay, thank you for a detailed presentation. Thank you very much. Nogao is there?
Yeah,
Nogao and?
Nogao and Dorong is also there.
Okay, Nogao, in case you have any issues since you are there, any problems you are facing, please do let us know about the implementation of IRS or any other issues in particular to your district. Which is the other district?
Sir,
Dhubri?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Nogao, anything? Okay, Dhubri, anything you have to share with us since you are not going to give a presentation due to paucity of time? Anything in particular that you want to tell us? Okay, fine, thank you. So we move on to the next presentation, that is SDRF?
Yeah, next presentation will be from our side, sir.
SDRF?
From my side.
Yeah, okay, please go ahead.
So, because of that state level meeting, sir, so next time is also supposed to be here.
So SDRF nobody is given?
No, SDRF is...
It's very important to know what SDRF is because that's how the first responders are SDRF. And health is very important.
Health is here.
Health, please go ahead. Who's in the health?
And we'll be paying for this.
but it was conveyed to you all. Let us know something at least. What are your preparations? Often you can tell us. What all you have done, do let us know. Just let us know, just without anything. Just relax and just let us know. What are your preparations? In 2 minutes, okay. Don't take more time. Just tell us 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
After preparation, what all you have done, and how you are geared up to deal with the flood situation. Adequate staff, nursing, medicines, all those things, in particular.
Okay.
For floods, do you have all those things in place or not?
Good morning to everyone. I am Dr. Jitendra Sharma, Joint Director Public Health, SNO, Rajasthan Management, Officer with Director of Health Service. I have, first of all, I have written 2 letters, one on 4th April and one on 10th April to all the joint directors of the health service about the flood preparedness plan. First of all. Then on 12th April, I have done one a VC for the flood preparedness with all the joint directors, and they are requesting to submit the flood preparedness plan with the medical team. Accordingly, they have sent all these districts, almost all the districts have sent the flood preparedness plan about the medical team. They have reported, and the availability of drugs. Already, and they are submitting the DSM of the districts. All the districts, almost all the districts, only 2 or 1 something are not submitting yet. So we shall be prepared for the forthcoming rainy seasons for the preparedness of the flood, because flood is a major disaster in Assam. We should be prepared by the medicines, medical team, and vehicles by both clinic, both 108 service, ambulance service. So all the joint directors should be ready with the adequate stocks of medicines. That's my request.
Okay, thank you. But do you have in your stock any inventory adequate medicine to be given?
We have all the medicines.
Adequate staff?
Staffs.
They have been trained as to what is to be done, because these are typical, like reptiles can the reptile, maybe in snake bite will be there, some insect bite should be there. It's a typical thing in floods.
Antivenom is there.
Antivenom, of course. It is there everywhere. Yeah.
Is there.
Okay, it's there. And insect bites, how they should deal with that, all those things have been told to them.
They should be done.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah.
Sir, could you just, I would like to bring forth one thing. Antivenom medical injection is available in the district headquarters or in the subdivision also?
In the district headquarters.
So if disaster happens, sir, only if we have this stock only at the district level.
In some districts in the paper.
But this is a major concern. I work with an NGO called Indo-Global Social Service Society.
Antivenom also available in the paper also, but not in the all the.
No, can't you give it to the PHCs?
Okay. If
they
are trained, they can give.
See, training is to be done by you. Under your AGs, what you can do is train them. As to when is to be registered, how is to be registered, you can train them and give it to the PHCs. Do the right thing.
For antivenom, there must be an anesthetist, medicine specialist.
Okay.
That's why it is not possible in the paper.
So that is a technical reason.
That is a technical reason. It is not.
So what do you do then in case of a snake bite then?
In the district hospital.
No, that may be far off. How do you save his life? Of course, tunic and all the things, tunic, that is all thing, fine.
They are all trained. Doctors are trained
to give antivenom.
Time to time.
To antivenom.
Antivenom.
So then,
in the district.
No, if they are trained, then all the more reason you should give this injection while they. If you yourself are saying they are trained to give antivenom, then all the more reasons antivenom injection while it should be there in the respective districts.
No, in the paper, all doctor may not be available or may not be trained. That's why it is kept in a district hospital and.
No, absolutely right. The point is that then you have to find out a solution for it. It is a live thing in a district, in a tehsil, in a block.
Antivenom is available, but doctors are all not trained.
So can you train them, please?
Yes, we can.
So can you take a capsule for them, send your people there, train them in next 15 days or so before the floods start coming in? Please train them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I request you please train them. Antivenom, insect bite, reptile bite. Basically all these are things which are going to come into your flood time. So please train them for these particular things.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah. Even carbon monoxide poisoning, because generators would be there, somebody will inhale it, all those things which are particular to all this, can you train them? Thank you. Thank you very much.
In fact, sir, recently concluded, I'd just like to add what you have mentioned, sir. We did 11 revenue cycle emergency management exercises. My experience in Kachar district particularly, I interacted with a doctor from local PHA actually, local health center at Katigora, sir. So we also have a model district in Sibsagar, Demo. There is Dr. Surat Giri who has been very nationally acclaimed person as far as the snake bite, handling the snake bite cases are there. So he can make a role model, and the doctor, he can be your best resources to train, to make a state-wise training. You please make it planning accordingly, and then because put funds from the listing actually, mitigation fund also they can do something, and also they can propose. You can also propose, and also there are departmental funds are now making available under DRR roadmap. Disaster risk reduction roadmap that we have, 30 cabinet approved roadmap. So under that also you can plan it. We have certain fund earmarked for training and capacity building. So you can plan it accordingly, and you can do that actually. So that is our.
I'm so happy that because of this coordination, everybody is here. This issue was sorted out. Otherwise, you said it's a problem there. The solution is found now. So this doctor sorry, couldn't get his name. This doctor is there, who's a model, who knows everything. Please use him.
I know.
Yeah, please use him. So use him to train everybody, and the funds can be arranged. So thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So now we'll move to our next presentation, which is on the flood preparedness part. So I'd like to share my screen.
After this, we'll have by the Air Force and then by the Navy, 5 minutes. And
Yes,
then
we also have initial here.
Then,
So we'll also try to
okay. Then we'll have 5 minutes, 2 minutes break, and
Yes,
then we'll already here and sort of time.
Yes, I'll not take
No,
more than
please
5
go ahead.
minutes.
Yeah. Just tell us in flux. We're more interested in flux now.
Yes, sir. It's purely on the flood preparedness part. So this is basically on the flood preparedness scorecard. That is a mechanism that we have introduced very recently. So this is basically just the gist of the presentation. So basically, when we introduce the flood preparedness scorecard, is basically quantitative measure to measure the preparedness, level of preparedness at the district level actually, sir. So this has been introduced last year actually on pilot basis actually, sir. And then we started experimenting with this actually last year. Then we become successful in this actually, and district at we have 4 districts, which districts came first, second, third as far as the flood preparedness is concerned, and then districts like Majuli, Kachar, Golaghat, then Sibsagar. So these are the 4 districts which came first, second, third. And then we did. This is the rationale actually why we prepared the flood preparedness scorecard. So that we have a kind of structured way of measuring at the district level also measuring their preparedness, and we have set up 11 minimum preparedness standards actually. So I'll go through those standards. I'll not go through all the questions actually. Last year we did around 84 plus questions, then we realized that some questions become repetitive actually. Then what we did actually in this entire process, UNICEF actually helped us with certain technical inputs and all. And then they have also onboarded one third party actually. It's called Indian Institute for Human Settlement, Bangalore actually. So they did actually third party kind of assessment, review of the entire process actually, and they have just recently submitted their report actually. They are going to present it on the 28th April, the entire report and the thing they have found. And based on their recommendation, we have reduced the number of questions to 55 this year actually. So that is 102 number each question, 110 numbers for the entire scoring actually. And then the scoring is done like fully met if certain actions were taken. If they are fully met, they will take fully met actually. We have online system of submitting the scorecard actually. So we use the ONA platform actually to submit that, and we'll also make it permanent platform, online platform. Our IT team is into that actually, so we make it permanent kind of thing so that we are not dependent on this kind of freely available solutions. Then partially made, some action has been taken, but it is not fully made, so that are called partially made. And not made is like absolutely nothing has been done on that fourth one. And accordingly, this scoring is.